I'm a big fan of doing some self-check things at home to see if you can manage these running injuries that we all get, right? IT band syndrome, plantar fasciitis. But there's a couple of things to consider with these things that can really save you a lot of time, visits to the doctor or the PT. So I want to pass those on to you and hope they help. And one of those injuries is the dreaded IT band syndrome, that stretch of pain on the outside of the knee that runners get. If you kind of take these last few inches of the IT band that I'm kind of bracketing right now, give a little push on that, like with some medium pressure, and kind of trace that. If you get pain throughout there and it kind of comes on when you're running, it's likely the IT band that's just frictioning on the outside or that bony area. Two things, I should say three things to really consider if you're dealing with this. One of them would be your shoe wear. What I often see in the office is one of the causes of this lateral knee pain is the shoe is giving too much support. A common scenario is I have a patient with, let's say, like a Brooks Adrenaline shoe, one that's kind of a stability shoe paired with an orthotic in there that's just doing kind of double time of supporting the foot and ends up being too much. What happens when the foot is controlled too much in the shoe is it puts a lot of strain on that outside part of the knee. So consider switching to maybe a little more neutral shoe, or try taking that insert out and see if it helps your knee pain. Second thing to try is real simple, is just to increase your stride rate a little bit, or your cadence, what we call, is just taking a little more foot strikes per minute. It helps kind of get that foot underneath your center of gravity, reduce some of the impact from the ground. So just slightly increase your stride rate and it will likely reduce some of that impact on the outside of your knee. The third thing I want to mention is just paying attention to your knee position as you run. It may sound kind of like, well, how do I do that? And really what you're aiming to do is just focus on your knees facing forward. Think of them as little pistons, your legs up and down. Don't let your kneecaps drift inward. So if my fingertips are representing my kneecaps, don't let them do this, don't let them do this. Try to keep them facing forward like little headlights of a car, facing directly forward. Just be mindful of that while you're running, and just that subtle thought can kind of teach your body how to keep those kneecaps forward and take some of that strain off the outside of your knee. So again, hope these tips help. Happy training, and go get them.